Okay, we're live. This is West Wednesday, number 596. West Wednesday, fighting for accountability for all victims of police brutality. And Tyrone West, of course, too. Tawanda, you're on.
Thank you so much, Hillary. Yeah, and thank you guys for tuning in. I know everybody's with their family, enjoying the holidays, and I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and whatever you're celebrating. My heart goes, out to you, and I'm just wishing and praying the best. So, as we unfortunately do when we're online, play the video. We're gonna play that video again, but we'll be right back at you in a few minutes. Mic check.
Mic check.
Can't stop, won't stop, till killer cops are in cell blocks. Can't stop.
The following video portrays an incident of assault and violence at the hands of police. Viewer discretion is advised.
I suggest you back the fuck up.
No,
This is Baltimore City Police Officer Jorge Bernardes Ruiz. In a video shot in 2016, Ruiz is seen with his knee on the back of an unknown man with a gun pointed at the man's head. His message was a clear one. Concerned onlookers, adhere to my dictates or else. Here, we can hear Ruiz saying to Baltimore residents,
I suggest you back the fuck up.
It is documented that Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardes Ruiz is a repeat violent offender, even without access to all complaints against Ruiz, undisclosed by BPD Internal Affairs records. 6 cases involving Ruiz are known. This video will briefly highlight 6 total cases beginning in July of 2013. Case 1, Abdul Salam, July 1st, 2013. Here Salam is seen victoriously smiling in celebration after the jury found Ruiz and 2 other cops liable for brutality against him. However, because the trial was civil, not criminal, Ruiz was not fired and he did not go to jail.
Police profiled me. They followed me in the back of my house, harassing me. Police proceeded to violently and hostilely approach my van with me and my son in it. As I announced, this was my home, guns drawn. Once they reached my vehicle, they violently pulled me out, ramshacked my vehicle with my 3-year-old son strapped in his car seat, threw me against the gate, slammed me repeatedly. Picked me up by my feet, and while I'm upside down, they proceeded to drop me on my head, hog-tie me, and immediately when I fell on my head, Ruiz, in a wrestling type of action, and kind of hit his knee against my neck. I was arrested. I had no idea what I was being arrested for. My son is scarred to this day. He remembers the incident as it happened yesterday. When he talks about it, he always refers to Daddy being on the floor with police yesterday.
Case 2, Darrell Harris, profiled, as seen in this video, July 17th, 2013.
Yeah, Sid, what's wrong with it? Improper way with it. There's no such thing as an improper way.
You gonna tell me my job, bro?
I know the law.
Are you gonna tell me the law?
I know the law.
You gonna tell me the job?
I know the law. What's the problem? You giving me a ticket? You need my license registration?
Yeah, let me get it up.
Profile, y'all use the seatbelt as a reason. Profile.
Do me a favor, take out your keys.
Yeah, you can record. For what? Nah. I don't feel safe right now. Do you want me to step out the car? Do you want me to step out the car? I'll step out the car. Call the police, man. What do you call a supervisor? I'm about to do shit. This is getting uploaded to the internet right now. Yeah?
And we are 2 law-abiding citizens that we're getting targeted, and I don't know why.
Just 24 hours later, Bernardes Ruiz played a leading role in the police killing of unarmed Tyrone West. Case number 3, the murder of Tyrone West, July 18th, 2013.
My brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered on July the 18th, 2013.
In both of these cases, when you look at the pleadings and the harsh language of these officers that have been quoted to me by reliable witnesses, the N-word.
And Killer Ruiz and Killer Chapman and the rest of those 11 and 15 killers, including David Lewis, took something from my family that they could never give us again. And that was my brother Tyrone West, one unarmed man who was brutally murdered, beat to death in broad daylight.
Okay, mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
All yours.
Tawana, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. All yours, Tawanda.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks, Hillary. Thanks, Bill. And thank you guys for tuning in. I hope everybody is enjoying their time with their family. And I just want to give everybody a big shout out, literally, as we, go through every holiday, every good day, every sad day. You guys are always there. And I just really want to let you know how much I appreciate it. And tonight, we're not even going to do a sad list, because I'm trying to make this as joyous as possible. But just wanted to highlight the fact that my brother, he really loved holidays, but this right here is his favorite one. And I'm just sending him heavenly love, and just sending everybody heavenly love that lost their loved ones. Even though we know there's a missing spot at the table, but again, let's embrace just their life, their legacy. Let's embrace all the beautiful moments, because at the end of the day, when they murder our loved ones, they're not literally, burying and taking them away until we allow that. And by allowing that, I mean, it's simply by just letting it go and never talking about your loved one again. And one thing for certain, and two things for sure, they cannot take our memories. That's a place special, embedded in our heart. We should always take that. No one in this world, unfortunately, will live forever. And all we do have is his or her story. It's called history or her story. And let's just try to just make everything great. And I'm just going back into my big brother's our childhood, as I must say. It was beautiful and great. And I just remember the first time that I realized there was no Santa Claus, thanks to my big brother. And I never forget, and I was so crushed and hurt, but I just never forget the time that I'm literally, sleeping. And I just remember him waking me up, and he's like, hey, sis. And my mom, I don't know where she was at or whatever, but he literally snuck in my room and said, hey, sis, I want to show you something. Don't say nothing. I was like, well, he was like, you still believe in Santa? Because all that day he kept saying, sis, I don't know why you going to sleep early. There's no such thing as Santa. As a kid, I'm trying to literally fall asleep 3 o'clock in the afternoon so I can get to Christmas, because I'm so, that's the best sleep that you get when you dream about your toys and you just want to wake up to your gifts and all that wonderful stuff. And I literally went to sleep around 6 o'clock, and I'm thinking when he was waking me up, I'm thinking it's the next day. It's literally oh my goodness, probably 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, what's up? It's time to open out gifts. He was like, no. He was like, you still believe in Santa? He was like, I told you there's no such thing as Santa. Mommy be getting all our stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So long story short, to kind of speed things up, he goes and he takes me into out of my room, and we go to proceed into the hallway. And I just remember this particular hallway, my mom had a lot of closets. And he opened up that closet, and when I saw everything that was on my wish list, I was disgusted. He was like, I'm sorry, sis, but I don't.
Tawana, we lost you.
He said, but the night it ends, and I was like, oh, I was so devastated to the point the next day, literally, when my mom, you know, she was all excited and she went to go wake me up, like, Santa came, come on, like, because normally, like, I'd be at her door knocking, like, Ma, can we go open up the gifts? And literally, I just stayed in bed. I felt just devastated. And then, you know, but I wasn't going to get my big brother in trouble. And she was like, come get your gifts. And then at that, you know, I just kept it in. But that was a big brother, you know, and I just love him so much. It's like literally from his art club that he would kick me out faithfully that I tell you guys about all the time. But I just miss everything about him. And the most part that I miss was him being the absolute total glue to my family. Like literally, Tyrone was the type of big brother. He extended not only his love for me as like that big father figure or just a protector, he extended that love to my whole entire family. It was nobody in my family that could not call on him, and he do his best to try, you know, to help him. And he had the prettiest smile ever. I could still hear his laughter. He always made jokes, and I still to this day like embrace his jokes and all that kind of stuff. But his pretty white teeth, and he just that was just my everything. So I just say today, let's make let's make this day good. Like, 'cause I know people are struggling in different situations. It may not.
Tawana, we lost you again.
Whatever the case may be, I just tell you to just leave it, shake it off. I know it's hard, but shake it off. Let's shake it off right now. And let's focus on everything or anything that makes you happy. That should be your prime focus right now. Any little joy that makes you happy should be your prime, focus right now. And that's how, like, literally we can actually get better and things can go left real quick, especially in these crazy times we're in. We live in a beautiful world, but unfortunately, these times are very, like, crazy. It's like people, it's like, to me, pretty much after the pandemic, we've come to a place where we accept any and everything. We have come to a place where nobody wants to speak to no one. Like, everybody walking around with a chip on their shoulder, S on their chest. It's way too much. And not to talk about something sad, but I saw the most horrific, terrifying thing. And that's why I always say that women in America are the most unprotected, neglected beings in the world. It's sad. I literally saw it, and it was unreal. And it's like, once you see something, you can't unsee what you saw. Let's be crystal clear. You cannot unsee what you saw. And literally, for me to see a woman in New York City in a train, on a subway train or train station, literally burnt by some maniac that decides to put her on fire, and her body's probably in shock, but it was horrific. And I just found out the beautiful queen name the other day, but I meant to write it down. And as fast as I was looking at, they put a face, a beautiful, person. And, I don't know their name right now, because as soon as I was going to write the name down, my post skipped to somebody else's post or whatever. And I'm like, oh my goodness, but it's just sad. But my point of just bringing this up, we will sit there and pull out our goddamn phones, literally, and video something horrific as someone being murdered, tortured, all that, right? And won't offer an iota of help. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it was officers there that were saying, y'all move back. Nobody, I only saw from the video footage that I saw, I only saw one guy, and bless his heart, that actually went up to the young lady and took his, like, jacket off, and he tried, I guess, fan the fire out or whatever. But literally, just keep in mind, guys, when anything tragic, horrific, or whatever the case may be, that's not good is happening. And I understand sometimes, you get footage because people change things, and that footage could be the leading key to accountability. But don't just stand there. Don't start sharing it. Nobody wants to see that. What if it was your mother, your sister, your daughter, your friend, your loved one sitting up there in such a horrific manner of leaving this world, and you just videoing? Like, we need to get better. This is sickening. Like, I was so disgusted, and it's like literally now me talking about, I'm saying that image, but I'm gonna leave that alone because again, I wanted to remember my big brother Tyrone West, but I just had to, like, if you had points that you need to, if I had points that I want to share, like tonight, Uncle Bill said he wanted to share something. I'm gonna let him speak in a few minutes, but my whole point is I definitely need to share it because we need to get better at more so protecting our people. Like, I ain't seen nobody running for a fire extinguisher, and I know that they have on subways. I ain't seen nobody, nothing. Like, everybody just literally sitting around watching as if it was a show. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you don't help someone, you sit there, guess what? Their blood is on your hands. And I mean that, like, that's sad and disgusting. But moving back to something positive, and then I'm going to let Uncle Bill say whatever it is he needs to say. But just thinking about and just, captivating every positive moment with my brother, everything about him just really blessed my heart. And I'm sending lots of love to my brother's children and his children. I'm sending to his grandchildren and everybody. I'm sending to my family. I'm sending to everybody. I'm sending love to my sister, Angela, who's been fighting hard for Timothy Flemings. And if you're online joining us, do not focus in on, just not having your brother there, right? Focus on the love. Focus on his beautiful smile, because you shared a lot of beautiful pictures with me. Focus on the good stuff. And if Anthony Anderson's family is, listening right now, let's focus on him. If Nicole is listening, let's focus on your beautiful daughter. Like, let's just focus on positive stuff, guys, because again, we can have darkness overtake us, right? At any second, like, stuff can get real, and then once you get in that state of mind, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes people never ever come back. So that's why I say you got to give thanks for everything. Like, I'm just giving thanks for seeing another day, seeing a day that I never seen before, and a day that I will never ever see again. Giving God all types of glory and praises for that. I'm just thankful for the people that love me and show me love, and I get to show them love and give them their flowers while they're here and receive mine while I'm here. So I'm just sending everybody love. And I'm sorry I ain't even been talking to my sister Dina. Like, I just was so busy. Like, and then I had actually got a vacation and it got snatched back. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I had to work through all those emotions and feelings, but just still living in positivity and looking at the bright side of things. Just no matter what, you just got to always trust in a higher being. That's for me, that's God. Everybody on here is not religious, but as for me, that's my source. And that's what I stay focused on. When I get in my dark moments, I know that that's not my final destination. I just want us to come to a place, a loving place, that no matter what, we can spread hate all day, all night, because it's out here and it's real. But love conquers all. And I know it's easier said than done, but just embrace everything. And like today, like I've been like, and I always laugh when I called myself the Energizer Bunny today, because every time I say that, I think about Abdul Salam, who named me. They like, you the Energizer Bunny, because I've been like bouncing all around. I've sort of been having a dinner, and my grandbaby was supposed to be coming over, and we were supposed to be doing our little like Secret Santa thing. But however, as life be life, and it didn't happen, only because my beautiful baby girl, Tiana, is feeling under the weather. And sometimes, no matter how hard you want to go and be like, oh, let's do it, and I want to see them, sometimes you got to say no. You got to look at the what's right side. Like I could act like I ain't know my baby was sick, and I think, and a big shout out to my oldest daughter, like who just literally like rolled into action. Like I didn't have to ask for anything. While I'm in here cooking brunch, she like, "Ma, I'm going to take TT the patient first," and I'm like, "Okay, thank you." Like that, it's stuff like that that means the world to me. Like if she took her, and they was in and out in an hour, I was like, wow. So but I said all that to say, we are like Boone says, we all we got, we all we need. We can actually help each other overcome anything. Like let's not wear each other out with like bad things and sadness. Let's always try to be there in a positive way. I mean, I know, like I said, it's easier said than done, but again, do not let the emptiness, do not let the darkness, do not let any of that take over. And I'll check with Uncle Bill real quick. And I don't know if our beautiful sister Kalia is in here to read the comments tonight. I don't know if Brother Brown was in here because unfortunately I'm coming through on the audio, so I can't see who's in the green room. And a big shout out to Hillary, who actually taking the time away from her family. Like she's been sharing beautiful photos, and her family is here, like, and they're having a ball. But actually to be here right at this moment, God bless her, and God bless Uncle Bill for putting me on, because he's with his family as well. And just God bless all of you guys. I love you guys so much. So I'm going to hand it over to Uncle Bill, and then I'm going to see like if Kalia is in here, maybe she can read any questions or comments. Mic check.
Mic check. Kalia is on, Tawanda. She is here.
Tawanda, would you like me to make a few remarks first, or you want Kalia to read the comments first?
You can make your remarks first, just in case someone want to add additional questions to whatever you're saying as well. So that's totally fine.
Okay. Well, there's a few things I want to touch on. The first is, as you've had to come to grips with the loss of Tyrone, my oldest brother also died young, and my mother had to come, all of us, but my mother especially had to come to grips with that. I was 13 when we lost him. He was 21. And to this day, even though I'm now much older than he ever was, I always think of him as an older, wiser person than myself. But when he was 15 and I was 8 years younger, so I was 7, I noticed that he had like one beautiful girlfriend after another. So in my 7-year-old mind, I'm thinking, okay, when I turn 15, that's what happens. So later in life, I get to be 15, and I'm thinking to myself, where are all these girlfriends? And so when my mother was in her 90s, we were very lucky to have her for a long time. When she was in her 90s, I told her that story, and she got quiet. And then she said, well, he lived a short life. He had to pack a lot in, which is a wonderful way of coming to grips with the tragic loss like that. So the second thing I wanted to touch on is you mentioned about the woman that was set on fire and the horrific nature of that. I wanted to mention one other killing recently. We know the young man from Baltimore killed the CEO of United Healthcare. And United Healthcare denies more people for procedures they need, surgeries they need, medicines they need. They deny more than any other healthcare insurance company. They deny about 30% of the claims. So they're now talking about he may get executed. But then we have the opposite case. We have the guy, and I don't remember his name. He was the one that grabbed a homeless man on the subway in New York. This was a little further ago, but not long ago. And the young man on the subway was having a mental health crisis. This guy grabbed him, put him in a chokehold, and killed him. He killed him. And Trump and the vice president-elect recently took that guy like he's a hero, the one who killed the homeless man on the subway, took him like he was a hero to a football game with them. So we see that, if you kill someone who's head of a company that's hurting many, many, many people, you may be executed. But if you kill someone who's homeless and having a mental health crisis, and it was a racist killing too, then you're held up like a hero in this culture. So it's really a sickness. And the last thing I wanted to mention, since it's the end of the year or nearly the end, and we kind of review the year a little bit. The World Bank just put out their 2024 year in review report. And they said in the world as a whole, 700 million people, which is a little more than 8% of the global population, are living in extreme poverty, and they earn less than $2.15 a day. And then it says on top of that, there are about 3.5 billion people, which is about 40% of the world's population, and they survive on less than $6.85 a day. And so, for those of us that are doing okay, we have to be thankful, but we can't forget our sisters and brothers. And I'm convinced we can succeed in the future, creating an egalitarian world where we don't have this kind of severe inequality. And I just want to end on that positive note. We're working to change things in a positive direction. Mic check.
Mic check. Awesome. And I just wanted to say, thank you for sharing that, and sorry for the loss of your brother. And and I'm hoping that you just remember and embracing good things about him. And thank you for sharing and being vulnerable enough to share, about him. So definitely appreciate you for that. And we can check in with the questions or comments. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Yes, comments starting off. I commented mic check. Bill commented glad to be here, even during the holiday. The struggle against police brutality and murder can't stop. Tawanda, when you were talking about your memories with Tyrone, I commented love those childhood memories. Angela chimed in, said mic check. She also said yes, cherish the memories, sis. Talking about the lady who was set on fire in New York, Angela said the same thing happened to a young lady here in North Carolina. People are unhinged. Hillary commented, yes, Tawanda, we need to care for others in our community and cherish the beautiful times and memories. And Angela said, thank you, sis. I'm so grateful to God for allowing me to be okay with spending the holiday with myself. And Descartes said, mic check.
Mic check. And thank you, Kalia, for reading the comments, because I know you are enjoying your family or enjoying. Thank you for that. And just again, thank everybody. And also I want to remind everybody that our 600 West Wednesday is literally right around the corner. If you have not went to our website and purchased some merch, please do. Please do. And I want to thank everybody that has been purchasing, the shirts. And I promise you that you're going to get them. You're going to love them. And I just can't wait. And big shout out to Dan, for securing the spot we're going to actually do it in. So I'm just excited about the upcoming events that are going to take place in 2025. It's just yeah. And big shout out, Kalia, for making flyers and just doing your thing. And just a shout out literally to everybody. So I'm real excited. But if you haven't gotten your shirt yet, please tell Lottie, Dottie, and everybody grab a shirt. Literally, we need, the funds so that way we can make sure that, we take care of everything we need to make sure that this day will not only be powerful and profound, that it'll be a day of great remembrance, because each day, like I said, as we move through this world, we put out marks. It's like I heard a saying, about a teacher, and it was like, every teacher is like a magic marker. And it's like, you gotta be careful because you leave your mark on the child. So no matter what it is, whether it's a good mark or a bad mark, that's a permanent mark. Like some markers are dry erase, you can erase that. But a permanent marker, we're like a permanent marker. We leave our mark. So make sure while we're being permanent markers right here on earth, make sure that we take care of each other. Make sure that we really leave an impressionable mark that is really good. That's something that we could remember and sit back and laugh at, because every day we make memories and just enjoy it and embrace it. And just run with it, because like I said, I'm feeling, I'm tired. I'm beating into the day seems like it's not even a Wednesday. I don't know why. Just the most Saturday is Saturday, Wednesday I've ever felt in my life.
That's
Like,
right.
and then it almost kind of feel like it's Thursday. I keep thinking tomorrow is Friday. I'm like, oh yeah, and I just was like, I thought it was like, you know, very interesting that Christmas fell on a Wednesday this year. And I haven't remembered it falling on a Wednesday from whenever. And that's why I say, yeah, I definitely wanted to highlight my big brother, and not just my big brother, but highlight all of our loved ones, no matter if they, you know, we lost them through police brutality, community violence, or if they were sick, just anybody that suffered from a loss, you know, someone not being there could have been a sickness or whatever the case may be, but just keep in mind we have to take care of ourselves, because guess what? We don't do it, no one's going to do that for us. I'm sorry. Like, people are trying to take a hand to help you out, but literally we have the ultimate moment to make that choice. And I'm just looking at like one of my memories, and I remember one of my friends, and I'm not going to say his name just out of respect to his family, but just remembering him, and when he sent me a message, like I want to say about 5 years ago, and he wrote something on my wall and was saying Merry Christmas to Wanda. And for me, literally, to have him to learn that he actually, you know, took his own life this year. Like, depression is real. And if you're going through something, I urge anybody, seek help. Like, that doesn't make you like crazy or whatever. Seek help. Get into counseling. If you can't afford a counselor or whatever, find someone that you can vent to. Like, literally, that's how the enemy works, so that it make you feel like, oh, it's nothing you can do. This is your final destination. But I promise you, it ain't your final destination until you make it your final destination. So just keep pushing, keep it moving. Like, we just got to do everything that we need to do to stay, you know, aboard and on point. Because at the end of the day, our loved ones, I believe that they're watching over us. They're like our guardian angels now in this real safe space, and they don't want to see us hurting. They don't want to see us sad. Like that, like they don't want to see that, you know, and I know it's hard, you know, as a human being in the body, the flesh, you know, we're going to feel pain. We're going to feel sickness. We're going to feel sadness, anger, all of that. But I urge you to challenge it with love. Challenge it with love. Like, how you do that is simply, instead of you just looking at something from one way, the negative way, I always try to find something positive no matter what type of situation it may be. And sometimes it hurt people. It used to hurt somebody that I love dearly. It used to be like, Wanda, I can't believe you always trying to say something positive at a moment like this, but that's the only thing that's going to get us through life. That's who I am. That's who God made me, you know? So I'm just saying, like, in everything, try to find the good. Because like I say, the bad can wipe you completely out. And Uncle Bill, I want to ask you a question. What is like a memory that you want to share with us, if you want to share a memory about your brother? Like something funny, or, you know, something that, you know, like, you know, did he like the holidays? Like, you know, what about him that's so special that you would like to share?
Well, my brother liked riding motorcycles. He had a BMW. I think it was the only motorcycle that had a drive shaft to make the back wheels go instead of a chain. And he loved that. And he had a friend, Frank Merriweather, that had another motorcycle. And Frank Merriweather had a very old-fashioned motorcycle. You could adjust the spark advance. And so when he was riding his motorcycle, he could play with that and make flames shoot out of the back of his motorcycle. So it was one of the aspects of life that my brother really enjoyed. And I guess it was during the summer when he was in college, he was up in New England, but he would come back to New York City, and he would use that motorcycle to drive around all different spots in the city to get special foods he loved. And he would put together special meals, you know, by driving all around the city and getting this here and that there. So those are a couple of memories.
They're beautiful, Uncle Bill. I love it.
Thank you.
So beautiful. Yes. Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to that. And I wanted to also ask if Hillary wanted to share anything, or Khalil wanted to share anything positive that we could send out here, like some comforting words that somebody might want to hear right now. Mic check.
Mike
Thanks,
check.
Rob. Well, one of the things I was thinking about is how important it is to notice the small things, you know, like Tawanda, I love how you always post about food, and my family are all foodies. And so, watching people cooking together, or even just for yourself, making your favorite dish, or noticing the other day, one of the things that brought me joy was a little girl who is the grandchild of a very dear friend of mine, came over to make cookies, and it started snowing a little bit outside. And so my husband and this little girl went outside on the back steps and opened their mouths and caught the snow on their tongues. And just imagining those kind of moments that are free, right? They're not, they don't cost anything. They're just moments to think about and cherish and remember. And I was wondering, Tawanda, if you can think of your brother's favorite foods, because as I think of Tyrone, I imagine that he loved how much you cook.
Oh, yeah. So my brother, he just like eating like everything, but he really loved my baked macaroni and cheese. And I know he like he loved all my food, but he always and I remember one time I had gave him some baked macaroni and cheese and something else, and he's like he ate. I dropped it off at his house and dropped the plate off, so he called me back and he's like, "Hey sis," he's like, "I don't know what in the world you put in that macaroni and cheese, but I got a couple bucks. I'll pay you to deliver me some more." He was so serious, like, and he was real serious. I went back and I bought him some more. He tried to give me money. I'm like, bro, chill out. Like, you don't have to give me anything, but he just loved eating. Like he literally loved, just love eating. So thanks for that, Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, wow. But yeah. So, what I was going to say, so Kalia, can you check to see if there's any more additional questions or comments?
Well, yeah, I just commented as, reminder for the 600th West Wednesday, the date of it being January 22nd. And also appreciate, you giving me the opportunity to, make the flyers for it. I'm really glad I could be a part of that. And the only other comment is from Descartes, which is a really good one. Cherish the present moment, everybody. We all have one life to live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just have to throw one more thing in on the question Hillary raised about cooking and food and favorite foods. So our family celebrates the holiday a few days late because two of our granddaughters are with their dad in Florida. They won't be back till after Christmas. So I'm baking tonight for our get together later in the week. And after we get off from West Wednesday, I'm making cheesecake.
Actually, the die for cheesecake that everybody talks about. Awesome. And Uncle Bill, I thought about you today too, because I made some chocolate chip cookies, and these things are like hitting.
Don't you make one batch soft and one batch crisp?
Yeah, but tonight I just made all soft.
Oh, my favorite. All right. I hope everybody enjoyed them.
Thank you so much, and enjoy your cheesecake.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. And I was just looking back at like one of my Facebook memories, and it was just so weird that on this day last year, my son, after we do this like Secret Santa where we exchange gifts, we eat, we watch a movie together type of thing, we bond off of love. And I'll never forget, after we had that moment, he didn't say anything in person, because I guess he all shy and laid back. That's just his personality. But he had sent me this message and said, Santa's not the only one coming to town. And he started announcing that him and his girlfriend was having a baby. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then now literally to have the baby here, his little twin, is just so adorable. And I got spoiled her so much. Like I bought so much. I took them all their gifts. Like I'm like, I spoiled that. That's my baby. So I'm hoping that, because I didn't want to take, a chance. And if I'm possibly had kind the germ and give it to her, so I just I just took the stuff over there and not go in type of thing. But yeah, just again, guys, just remember, And I'm not gonna hold you guys because I thought we was gonna end at 8, but I'm just glad, like I said, to be here. And we will be back out in the streets. Like, I know the weather's getting cold. This one it hit real different because I was like really shook up, like on Christmas Eve. And I'm like, okay, it's not snowing. Like, are we getting ready to have a white Christmas? So, like, I be getting freaked out in the snow. Anybody know I do not like driving in the snow or anything, but I'm like, and this weather is just like crazy. So I'm glad that it's, beautiful day. I'm glad the Ravens did their thing. Like, I'm just really feeling so happy about this day. Like, I got so many emotions about today. So just wanted to let you guys know that I love you. I'm looking forward to us. We got one more West Wednesday before the new year come in. One more West Wednesday, I believe. Maybe am I correct? Because I ain't even look at my calendar.
I'm going to check.
West Wednesday on New Year's Day. So don't make sure I'm not saying it wrong.
No.
Yeah, I believe next week is New Year's Day.
That's January
West
1st.
Wednesday.
This is the last one of this year.
So the next West Wednesday is on New Year's Day, right?
Yes.
On January 1st.
So literally, this is our final West Wednesday from 2024. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I got that right, and thank you. Because I'm like, okay, I think next week is New Year's Day. So I'm looking forward to extra fighting hard in the new year and then just like switching stuff up because like sometimes, you got to switch things up. Like, you can't keep driving down the same street expecting to see different signs and different people. So I'm ready to, like, on this highway of hell, I'm ready to make some curves, bust some willies, and just do our thing to secure that we get accountability for our loved ones and that we just, be great and greatness just overtakes us. So that's my plans for the new year. So this is our final West Wednesday from this year. So I just want to, again, thank everybody. And I want to check in one last time. Do you have any questions or comments, or do anybody want to say anything before I ask Hillary to go to our video? Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Just in response to what Mr. Blythe said, celebrating with cheesecake, Descartes just said, did somebody say cheesecake?
Descartes, I'm going to make one for your family another time. I'm sorry.
Nice. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I knew that I said we was going to be on from 7 to 8, but we did it. We could wrap things up a little bit earlier. So I hope everybody, like I said, is enjoying their day. And I'm looking forward to, tomorrow and what tomorrow has to bring. Just remember, tomorrow is also a day that if you're blessed to wake up, you can hit that reset button. So I don't care whatever type of pain or whatever you went through the day before, if you're allowed to wake back up, that's a whole new day that you can bring greatness to yourself. So just take care of yourself. Live to love to live. I love you all. And Hillary, my beautiful queen, you may take us to the video. And unfortunately, we have to take you to this video. But again, don't just watch the video. While you're watching the video, take notes. Maybe you can find a way that we can secure some charges on Killer Ruiz and all his doings. Yeah, so think about that. And if you can find or you can think of a way, let me know. Hit me up. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that wonderful stuff. Live to love to live. I love you all. We will see you next year for West Wednesday. Mic check.
Mic check.
And Mr. West begging for his life, and Mr. Salam begging for his child to be excluded and comforted from what was taking place. Not for himself, but for his 3-year-old child.
Case number 4, Adina Britt and family, September 10th, 2015.
My name is Adina Britt, and I wanted to submit a 30-second testimonial that Jorge Omar Bernardez Ruiz is one of the 11 terrorists that came into my house performing a home invasion in September 2015, terrorizing my entire family and even holding my 12-year-old son at gunpoint. He needs to be stopped.
Case number 5, unidentified arrestee, assaulted in 2016.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No, why you Why would you say that?
Again, this video did not surface until the summer of 2020. Case 6, Thomas McCullough, May 2016 and February 2017.
I heard my front door coming off the hinges, like it exploded.
Thomas McCullough says it happened twice. In May 2016 and February 2017, Baltimore City Police burst through his green front door and raided his Pimlico home.
They said, police. They come up, shotguns, guns.
He says officers ransacked the place, looking for drugs, money, and weapons. He took pictures of the damage he says they left behind.
Tell us where the drugs are, the scales, the guns, and the large amounts of money.
Nothing was found. Now he's suing police, claiming officers, including a former member of the Gun Trace Task Force, frightened him, his wife, and father-in-law when the officers conducted what his suit calls an illegal search of his home. The owner of the house tells 11 News after the second raid, he had to replace the front door. McCullough and his attorney say they want Baltimore police held accountable.
There is a colossal breach of trust.
And McCullough tells us following both raids, no one was arrested or charged.
This all begs the question, when will Baltimore City State's attorney see the prosecution of Bernardez Ruiz as warranted?
They were the stopping officers in these so-called jump-out cars, unmarked and so forth, that stopped both the West vehicle and the Salon vehicle without probable cause. And these officers are the ones that also were joined by others, but they are the ones who initiated the stops, pulled both men out of the vehicles, and commenced the vicious activity that was thrust upon them.
And the office of Ruiz that started this attack is still working and working with promotions. He is now sergeant. But the fact that this repeat violent offender had a history leading up to my brother. There was Darrell Harris, there was James Green, Joseph Green, Abdul Salam. No one family deserves to be brutally murdered or brutalized by this repeat violent offender Ruiz. It is time we take action. The time is now.
Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz is a repeat violent offender. Based on these accounts, in accordance with the law, we, the West Coalition, call for him to be fired, prosecuted, and incarcerated.
We're more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in the dirt and pictures and buttons on t-shirts. Our lives matter.
For the safety of our city, the prevention of further harm, and the justice for these families, we see no other option.
And again, I'll say, the time is now.